Jaya Kunjari Dari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Nandana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjari Dari Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Dari Jayo Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Subhadramai Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gandhari Giridhari Gandhari Giridhari Gaura Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tadodayam Nashtapraye Subhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavanse Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langete Grim Yatkatra Tamaham Bande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I can speak Bhagavatam in the parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. So today we will be reciting second canto, second chapter, The Lord in the Heart, sloka number 30th. Very interesting, which many people not aware of that, how the soul travels to the upper planetary system when they leave the body. So Sukadeva Goswami explained very detailedly. So many layers to pass through that to reach the Brahman, okay, merging with the Brahma Jyoti. So let us all recite along with me. Sa subhata suksman driya sanikaram sam manomayam devamayam vikarayam samsadaya gataya sahatena yati Vijnana Tattvam Guna Sannirodham Sa Bhuta Suksmanendriya Sannikarasam Manomayam Devamayam Vikarayam Samsadaya Gataya Sahatena Yati Vijnana Tattvam Guna Sannirodham Sabhuta Sukshmanendriya Sanniyo Karanasam Manomayam Devamayam Vikarayam Samsadaya Gataya Sahatena Yati Vijnana Tattvam Guna Sannirodham. Word by word meaning. Saha, he, the devotee, Bhuta, the grass, Sukshma, and the subtle Indriya, senses, Sannikarasam, the point of neutralization, Manaha, Mayam, the mental plane, Deva Mayam, in the mode of goodness, Vikarayam, egoism, Samsadaya, surpassing, Gataya, by the progress, Saha, along with, Tena, them, Yati, goes, Vijnana, perfectly knowledge, Tattvam, truth, Guna, the middle mode, Sannirodhayam, completely suspended. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: the devotee surpassing the gross and subtle form of covering enter the plane of egoism, and in that state he merges the material mode of nature, ignorance and passion in this point of neutralization, and thus reaches egoism in goodness. After this, all egoism is merged in the Mahatattva, and he comes to the point of the pure self-realization. But it's a little bit very technical, but we have to understand there's no other go, because this is how we enter into this earthly planet from the Goloka. So what are the layers? It is like when you travel from Bangalore to Delhi, how many stations you are crossing? Same way when you are returning also, you will be passing so many stations. So let me understand, so that now you will give some little more attention. The purpose, the pure self-realization, as we have several times discussed, is pure consciousness of admitting oneself to be the eternal servitor of the Lord. Thus one is reinstructed in the original position of transcendental loving service to the Lord. As will be clearly explained in the following verse, this stage of rendering transcendental loving service to the Lord without any hope of emolument from the Lord and any other way can be attained when the material senses are purified and original pure states of the senses are revived. It is suggested herein that the process of purifying the senses is by the yogic way. Namely, the gross senses are merged in the mode of ignorance and the subtle senses are merged in the mode of passion. The mind belongs to the mode of goodness, therefore called Devamaya or godly. The perfect purification of the mind is made possible when one is fixed in the conviction of being the eternal servitor of the Lord. Therefore, simple attainment of goodness is also material mode. One has to surpass this stage of material goodness and reaches the point of purification of goodness, or Vasudeva Sattva. The Vasudeva Sattva helps one to enter into the kingdom of God. We may also remember in these connections that the process of gradual emancipation by the devotee in the manner of mentioned above, although the authenticative is not viable to the present age of, because the people being primarily unaware of yoga practice. So you have to understand, nowadays whatever they are doing, yoga classes, it's not a proper one. They don't know how to do the yoga. The so-called yoga practice by professional practiced may be philosophically beneficial, but such a small success cannot help one in the attainment of spiritual emancipation as mentioned here. 5,000 years ago, when the social status of the human society was in perfect Vedic order, the yoga process mentioned here was a common affair for everyone, because everyone, and especially for Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, was trained in the transcendental art of under the care of the spiritual master far away from the home. In the status of Brahmacharya, modern man, however, is incompetent to understand it perfectly. Lord Chaitanya therefore made it easier for the prospective devotees of the present age on the following specific manner. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he diluted it. How we can do that? Ultimately, there is no difference in the result. The first and foremost point is that one must understand the prime importance of Bhakti Yoga. The living being in different species of living life are undergoing different terms of engagement according to their fruitivity, actions and reaction. But in the execution of different activities, one who secures some resource in Bhakti Yoga can understand the importance of the service to the Lord through the causeless mercy of the Lord, as well as of the spiritual master. A sinner soul is helped by the Lord through the meeting of the bona fide spiritual master, the representative of the Lord. By the instruction of such a spiritual master, one gets the seed of the Bhakti Yoga. The Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends that the devotees sow the seed of the Bhakti Yoga in the heart and nurture it by the watering of hearing and chanting by the holy name, fame, etc. of the Lord. The simple process of offenselessly chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord will gradually promote one very soon to the stage of emancipation. There are 3 stages in chanting the holy name of the Lord. The first stage is offensive chanting of the holy name. The second is the reflective stage of chanting the holy name. And third stage is the offenseless chanting of the holy name. In the second stage only, the stage of reflection between the offensive chanting and offenseless chanting stage, one automatically attains a stage of emancipation, and in the offenseless stage, one actually enter into the kingdom of God. Although physically he may be apparently be within the material world, to attain the offenseless stage, one must be on the God in the following manner. When we speak of hearing chanting, it means that not only should one chant and hear the holy name of the Lord Rama and Krishna, or systematically the 16 names of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. But one should also read and hear the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, will cause the seed already sowed in the heart to sprout, and by regular watering process, as mentioned above, the Bhakti Yoga creeper will begin to grow. By systematic nurturing, the creeper will grow to such an extent that it will penetrate the covering of the universe. As we have heard in the previous verses, such a effulgent sky, the Brahma Jyoti, and go further and reach a spiritual sky, where there is an innumerable spiritual planet called the Vaikuntha Loka. Above all of them are Krishna Loka and Goloka Vrindavan, wherein the growing creeper enters and takes the repose of the lotus feet of the Lord Sri Krishna, the original personality of Godhead. When one reaches the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna at Goloka Vrindavan, the watering process of hearing and reading, as also chanting the holy name in the pure devotional stage, fructifies and fruits grows there in the form of the love of God and tangibly tasted by the devotee. Even though he is here in the material world, the ripe fruit of the love of God is released only by the devotee constantly engaged in the watering process as described above. Devotee has to understand. The ripe fruit of the love of God is released only by the devotee constantly engaged in the watering process. What is the watering process? You have to chant the holy name and hear Bhagavatam and read Bhagavad Gita. But the working devotee must always be mindful so that the creeper which has so grown will not be cut off. Therefore, he should be mindful of following consideration. There are some steps how we can avoid that creeper dying. So cut off creeper, no? The offense by one at the feet of the pure devotee may be linked to the mad elephant who devastates a very good garden if it is entered. One must be very carefully to guard himself against such offenses at the feet of the pure devotee, just as one protects a creeper by all around the fencing. It is so happens that by watering the process, some weeds are also grows, and unless such weeds are uprooted, the nurturing of the main creeper or creeper of Bhakti Yoga may be hampered. Actually, these weeds are materially enjoyment, merging of the self in the absolute without separate individuality, and many other desires in the field of the religion, economic development, and sense enjoyment and emancipation. There are many other weeds like disobedience to the tenet of the revived scriptures, unnecessary engagement, killing animals, and hankering after main material gains, prestige and adoration. If sufficient care is not taken, then the watering process may only help to breed the weeds, stunting the healthy growth of the main creeper and resulting in no fructification of the ultimate requirement, love of Godhead. So we will not get if you don't remove the creeper, don't take care, then our Bhakti Lajabidam, love of Godhead, we will not get it. The devotee must therefore be careful to uproot the different weeds in the very beginning. Only then will be healthy grow of the main creeper, not to stunted. And by so doing, the devotee is able to release the fruit of the love of God and thus live practically within Lord Krishna, even in this life, and be able to see the Lord in the every step. The highest perfection of life is to enjoy the life constantly in the association of the Lord, and one who can release that does not aspire after any temporary enjoyment of the material world via other media. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalakshalakhya Takshurumilitamena Dasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadam Visham Padam Vandeham Shri Guru Siyota Padakamam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagaranatam Tam 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 Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Saganalita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sudevi Pranamami Haripe Vancha Kalpatribhusha Kripa Sundevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Pangajanabhaya Namo Pangajamaline Namo Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajangre Hare Krishna. Welcome once again for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Today's sloka is very interesting. Sukadeva Goswami is very nicely elaborating how our soul, where yogi, Ashtanga Yoga leaves this material world, travels to the 14 planetary system, that upper planetary system, then he crosses Brahma Loka, then he enters to the various layers are there. Okay, that in a couple of days back we had discussed it, various layers as earth, water, air, fire and ether. He processes that, and then up beyond the 5 elements, then he enters to he crosses the false ego, Prakriti and Pradhan. 3 more layers he has to cross, then he merges with the Brahman. So we are today's sloka, we have Sukadeva Goswami explained that 3 subtle elements like false ego, Prakriti and Pradhan, how he is crossing it, how he is experiencing it, and then he merging with the Brahma Jyoti. So that is what we have to understand. It is totally detailed, and also we will touch upon yesterday we are for the devotee point of it, how the distraction is so serious, how we have to be attentive in this bhakti activities. So that also we will cover little bit of that, so that it will be useful for the devotees. So today's sloka is 2.2.30. Let us understand what Sukadeva Goswami is trying to tell us. The yogi attains the layer of false ego after the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and then he crosses the ether. Yesterday we discussed about ether. Then he enters into false ego. What do you mean by false ego? The meaning of false ego has multiple meanings. It's got different meaning also. Commonly understood is false ego is the false identity with this body. If you ask that Venkataratanam, then you will say that yes sir, I am. Are you Venkataratanam? No, your soul is different. Only the body has a name. So you are identifying yourself with the body. So that's what that. Subtle. Okay. So identify with the body, subtle. Okay. Subtle body also. Generally that one meaning of the false ego. That's one thing. There is another meaning also there. During the creation, so Karanadaksha Vishnu, you know, 3 Vishnus are Karanadaksha Vishnu, Garbhadaksha Vishnu, and Sriyodaksha Vishnu. So Karanadaksha Vishnu first he created. Is very briefly going to mention here. So Karanadaksha Vishnu glances, he just sees. The falls on the Pradhan, okay, as Prakriti, it transforms into Mahatattva. So all the 14 planetary system, that is forming it. Further, when Karanadaksha Vishnu glances, falls on the Mahatattva, when he looks at that Mahatattva, that transforms into the layer of false ego. That is a layer forming. Okay, it is like for you to understand. Yesterday I was giving an example. You have pumpkin, no? Yellow pumpkin, white pumpkin. When you cut, how you look it? There is a green layer. Suppose a white pumpkin, then green layer is there. Then one white layer comes. then soft material flushes are there, then there is a skin type material, then seeds are there, then wide in the center. So this is how that it is like we are crossing this 14 planetary system. When the soul crosses the upper planet system, 7 lokas, Swargaloka, Magaloka, Tapaloka, Janaloka, then he is going to the Brahmaloka. No? When it is like a seeds passing through that. Afterwards, there is another 8 loka, the layers are there. It is like a layer I was talking, seeds, then flushes, then you have got a white layer, then a green layer. So you just imagine that way. So you are crossing one by one, one by one. The soul enjoys each level and then crosses. The false ego. Today's topic is we are discussing about false ego, what it's all about. So how it is forming. So the false ego layer provides that all that needed for living entity to identify itself. So whatever identify, I am this body, I am Venkataratna, I live in KGF, all definition you are giving, the false information, everything where it comes, you are getting the information there itself. So in order to have the false ego, the false identification, you need to have the object. There should be something, no? If you don't have body, only soul is there, how you can say, I am Venkataratna, nobody hears, correct? So you need the body. So that is the object, with which you can identify with. The false ego identification with the body, you need the body. Without gross body or settled body, how can you identify yourself? Correct? No, there should be some KGF. Then only you can tell there is a KGF is there. There only forest is there. Can you tell that it's a KGF? You cannot tell. Similarly, the false ego layer provides these things. Okay, there are 3 more layers are there. So we are Sukadeva Goswami going deep, like a blood sample. No, they see through the microscope. B positive, A positive. How they will identify? Okay, are you having sugar? Are you having any other disease? Through blood, they will find it. So Sukadeva Goswami is doing so much of research. He is telling what is there inside, under the false ego. The false ego in the mode of goodness. Then the 3 layer. What we are talking, the mode of goodness is 1 layer. False ego in the mode of passion. The false ego in the mode of ignorance. There are 3 layers are there. 3 gunas are there. There only we got all these gunas. Now we are having goodness, mode of passion and ignorance. We got it from there. The false ego has to provide every living entity false identification with. So it gives a false identification. It is giving. It is not the false identification, but it is not the imagination. False identification, it's not wrongly telling. It is a real one. But the object with which the living entity can falsely identify him. So it is little more detailed. It is the object it is talking about. That's also provide the false ego again. Where it is you are getting, that is in that layer. When you are passing through the layer, there you are getting all the things. The mode of goodness layer can provide the material mind and sense devatas. So each layer, that mode of goodness, that gives what you get from there. You get the material mind and sense of devatas, senses devatas. So they are helping you. From the first chapter, each senses are controlled by. First chapter we understood that there are so many devatas. Okay, eye has been controlled by who? Surya, and ears has been controlled by Dig devatas, and senses touch is controlled by Varuna. Okay, senses of digestion is controlled by who? Your fire, Agni. So many devatas has to work even for us also now. Otherwise we can't digest. When you eat also, we cannot see what your object. We can't hear what I am talking. So devatas is. So these devatas are helping you. Where you are getting in the mode of goodness layer, you get the mind, you got the devatas also. And mode of goodness layer is a false ego provided the material mind and senses. The mode of passion layer, the false ego provides what is that? Karmendra and Jnanendra. 2 things you are getting. So it's very technical thing, please understand it. So Karmendra and Jnanendra, where you are getting? The mode of passion, that layer, where you are getting that. Buddhi, Prana, all you are getting. It is like when you come from the Delhi to Bangalore, when what is that place? Uh, it starts with N. You get that Son Papri. When the station come, everybody goes. Uh, which place? Nagpur. When the station come, no, all the passengers get out. They go buy that. So then next come to Peda. The Dharwad come, no, everybody goes. So it is like that only. When the soul from the Krishna, no, we are started traveling down. We started picking all the thing what is required. So you can understand that. So all the manifestation of false egos, the mode of passion is happening. Then mode of ignorance. There also what we are picking up. There are 5 elements we are picking: earth, water, fire, air, ether. So our body is made up of this only. The 5 senses also: the form, smell, touch, taste, and sound. Otherwise, nothing will work. Correct? No. When you are traveling the train, when the station comes, you go bring some water for drinking. No, if you don't pick up the water, you will be thirsty. So even to quench your thirst, you need water. Similarly, you need that elements also. You need that working thing also, functions also. Then only it works. So imagine that how much homework we have done before entering itself into this earthly planet. If this manifestation of mode of ignorance, that is gross body, is formed, in the mode of ignorance, what happened? Our gross body, 5 elements put into our gross body has come. The manifestation of mode of goodness and passion got the settled body. Settled body also we got. What are the settled bodies? We have the mind, senses, and also we have got the intelligence. So all the settled thing, no, false ego, all we picked up from there. So the identification is also called as the false ego. These are all identification what we picked up. No, it's all called as a false ego. In the false ego layer, so much of information picking up. Okay, but wrongly identification, you need wrongly identify with you, need those object, living entity, fan wrongly identify with. So these are the things required, so that now you will be prepared that okay, I am Venkataratham. So it's all falsely you are identifying yourself. The object also the product of layer of the false ego. So all this, whatever object we have got now, we told about the elements, all this, it's all false ego place only we picking up. Karmendra, Jnanendra, both are subtles only. So is it Karmendra, Jnanendra are subtle? Yes, both are subtle only. Example is hand is a Karmendra, correct? No, but physical hand is Karmendra, but ability to work is a subtle, correct? No, ability to work is subtle. Only the mind give command, no, please lift your hand, means you are lifting, but hand is hand only. If the mind is not telling, will you lift the hand? No, you will not do that. So this Karmendra gets strengthened from the where? You need some strength, no, that is prana. From the prana you get the strength. If prana is weak, okay, then what happens? Karmendra become very weak. That's why whenever you have fever and disease, no, you cannot do any work because your pranas become weak. Along with the body, that prana also weak, no, that's why. So on a Nirjal example we will take. On a Nirjal Ekadashi, what happened? You are fasting, you are not feeding that, okay. Then Karmendra gets affected, okay. You can climb, you cannot able to climb the stairs. That day if you give some heavy work, you say, no, today is Ekadashi, I am fasting, I cannot do any work. So it's all interconnected. So Karmendra and Jnanendras are subtle. It is not the gross. That is the point you should understand. So very heavy, dependent on the prana. So all the things are dependent on the prana. When Srimad Bhagavatam refers this, when Srimad Bhagavatam refers the senses, it is only subtle senses. So in the sloka we are talking about Srimad Bhagavatam, subtle senses means it refers to subtle, it's not referring to the gross. That we have to understand. Gross is the physical body. No? So subtle is the inside one. All this mind, intelligence and all, that comes at the subtle. So the gross body and the subtle body provided by the layer of false ego. That's why I was telling, when you are coming from the Brahma Jyoti now, the reverse way we are talking. Actually, the Ashtanga yogis are traveling from inner to outside. For us to understand, even to enter from top to bottom also, like Delhi to Bangalore also, you see all the station. From Bangalore to Delhi also, you see all the station. So for you to understand. So all where he picking up in the false ego layer only. Further, the misidentification with gross layer and subtle layer also called the false ego. So this is also so false ego has two. One is false identification. Other thing is it is subtle and gross body also called the false ego. Because nothing is available. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam, the living entity passing through the layer of false ego, it doesn't literally refer to the identification. It is not referring to the identification of the things. It actually refers to the layer form. So how the layer, through the layer only we picking up. Which the jiva receives all subtle and gross body. So false ego means where we pick up that. That's what I'm telling. When you go to the mall, no, you could pick up everything. As you go to the counter, cash counter, will you go simply? You going on picking everything. That's how the false layer, no, we are picking everything, whatever we wanted, and we are going to the next stage. With the jiva attain the layer of, it actually refers to the layer from which the jiva receive all subtle and gross body with which it could be identified. So that's how we are able to identify Ratna. All that provided by the false ego. Where you got this identification, you got it from there itself. It's not that after you took birth in this material world, you got it from there itself. When the jiva attains the layer of false ego, it which the sense objects and the senses, the mind and sense object from the sense devatas and the mind and sense devatas are merged into the gunas of tama, raja, sattva. It is not only we are getting this subtle body, we are also got what we have picked up. The gunas also we picked up. Sattva guna, tama guna, raja guna also we picked up from there only. So the jivas got fully equipped there. When the jiva want to enjoy separately from Krishna, this is a point for the devotees. When the jiva decided, yes, I want to separately enjoy from Krishna, so receive the material mind and material senses. When the false ego place, he receives everything. And he received the karmendra, jnanendra, buddhi, prana, everything from the mode of passion layer. So you got the passion layer, you got the karmendra, jnanendra, buddhi and prana you are picking up. It is like a department. Each department you pass no certain department. Like if you go to mall, no, you find that provisions are separate, vegetables are separate, all the frozen items are separate. Like that, now you going on picking up everything. Now he is fully equipped with the gross body and subtle body. He can try to enjoy separately from Krishna now onwards. See how beautifully Krishna given. Even to enjoy without the thing, you need something. That object is required. No, otherwise, no. If you come, the pure soul comes down. He cannot enjoy. He doesn't have forms. He doesn't have anything. So he is picking up. Like if you are going to what do you call it, Himalaya trekking and all. No, what do? You simply go with a normal dress. No, you pick up whatever dress required, oxygen, all. You want to climb the Mount Everest. What do you do? So everything is provided so that you will go to Mount Everest, put a flag, say that I am the first person came, flagging oil. So you are enjoying that, no? So separating from the whole community, Krishna, you went there. That's what you are trying to understand. So it is a downward. What you are separated from Krishna, I want to enjoy. This is a example to try to understand from downward. From Krishna, you are coming down. You are what all you are seeing. But when you comparing to these yogis, because all these classes we are talking about the Ashtanga yogis who is traveling from this earthly planet, he is traveling to all the Swargaloka, Tamaloka, Tapaloka, Maharloka, no? Then he is entering to the Brahma Jyoti. Then yesterday classes now we studied about the 5 layers, earth, water, fire, ether, how each layer is 10 times bigger than each other layer, what all he is enjoying. Then he is now entering to the subtle one, which is the false ego. In the false ego stage, so much of things he understood. He picked up all the masalas, everything for the biryani making to enjoy. Now he is completely, so these people, what is happening, you have to think it in the other way around. Because the yogi, what he said that, I don't want, no. That's how he is able to travel. Like a racket, no. satellite launcher, what it does? First one stage it leaves the bottom portion, one portion it throws it up. Then next fire up the second stage of the rocket, it goes up. Then after that, when fuel burnt out, it throws the second part. And then it goes to the third fire stage, it goes. Like that, each orbit, no, it throws away. So you imagine that with the Ashtanga Yogi. Every stage is fully satisfied and sense enjoyment, material sense enjoyment, he throws that, yes, I don't want this. Then he goes to next. So here also, the yogi, what is doing, he is completely lost connection with the material enjoyment. He is thrown up, I don't want anything. He is completely lost. He wants to get liberation, that's all. First I have to launch. I have to go to the satellite, satellite to launch in the space. So liberation, this is the upward journey we are talking about. So earlier one was downward, now I am, for the understanding purpose, now we are going upward. He reaches a layer of false ego, he enters there. Now I am fully satisfied. Now he is telling in that layer, he is saying that, ready to go, you can take everything back. He is telling that the false ego, I want to go to merging with the Brahman, take it back. I don't want mind. The mode of goodness layer, what all we are getting? Goodness layer, we got a subtle mind, and I don't need any mind. Please take this mind also. The sense devotees, no need to assist me anymore. They say there are devotees required. No? Sorry, Devatas. He is telling the Devatas, please take this mind. I don't want your assistant to use this mind. Take it back. Then he goes to the mode of passion. He is telling that, please take the Karmendriya and Jnanendriya, mind, prana, please take it. I don't want. No more material enjoyment. I don't want to enjoy all these things. It is like when your credit card not swiping in the cash counter, what happened? That fellow says, please go and throw it back to every shelf. So he is taking the trolley, he is coming back, putting the grocery item there, vegetable there, provision there. No, same drama happens here. So this person, Ashtanga Yogi, he is telling that, oh, mode of ignorance. Please take back the 5 elements. I don't want these 5 elements also. What are these? Constitute of my gross body. This is the shape, no? Gross body got the same shape. Head, hand, leg, stomach. This gross body you got it. So please take them back. I don't need them. Material enjoyment. I don't want to enjoy anything. In this way, he merges everything. And then he merges. So in this way, he merges everything. That means putting back to their places. False ego into Mahatattva. So we told, no, false ego is a Mahatattva. Then because what happened? Because false ego layer is a byproduct of Mahatattva. So whatever we are saying, no, the Mahatattva is that. The transformation of Mahatattva, he then merged the Mahatattva into Pradhan. So finally he is pushing that into Pradhan. Mahatattva also putting into the Pradhan. In which the gunas have stopped functioning. The 3 gunas we picked up now. Raja, Sattva, Tama gunas, by putting that Mahatattva, Pradhan is throwing out these gunas also getting dissolved. Like taking bath, color, Rangoli, in holy days you put so many color in your body. After taking nice color bath, what happens? All colors goes away. So he's become pure person now. I don't need to enjoyment. He's clearly saying that I don't want to enjoy that. I'm going back. Tata bye-bye. My job is done. Okay, finished. I'm going back to home. I have suffered enough. Enough suffering has happened. I don't want more. Now I am going back to my place. It happened now when you are put into jail. Okay, that is a foreign jail. No, you have been arrested by some Sri Lankans or American. No, after torture so much of that, now when you are released, then in the ship or aeroplane, it says, bye-bye, thank you very much. I'll go back home. I'm going to India. So feel that how much they matter. We are not having that fear. That's what I'm telling. We don't have fear of that person, prisoner, no, who is escaping from the this thing. So, little more touch upon yesterday's class about what the point of distraction. No, yesterday we were discussing for the point of the devotee, because this is very important point related to this sloka. So yesterday Brahma was telling to Narada that how I can able to speak truth. How can I do the service very sincerely, all the things, no? He said, I surrender to Krishna. Every time before taking service, I will pray to Krishna that I should not get pride, I should not fall down, all the things, So that's how he is able to achieve it. So keeping that in mind, and continuing from yesterday's class, The devotee has the 4 things he has to deal. That we have to understand. What are the 4 anarthas he has to deal? The anarthas coming from sinful activities of past life. Okay, past life, what are that? Lust, anger, greed, for illusion, false ego. So, all the 6 anarthas, no? Because of that, this anarthas coming 6. Okay, sinful activities. Because of that, we did some sinful and all. Anarthas coming from pious activities also. For the good thing also, we get some anarthas. What are these? Craving for sensual pleasure. This is like glorification, expecting some glory. I'm the this thing. Sensual pleasure. Okay, I should get it. So that is what. Anarthas come by some reaction comes due to the aparad. We also not only these two. Good bad, there is a aparad also we are doing. Okay, what are the aparad? Nama aparad, seva aparad. So we have to be, as a devotee, we should be very careful. This is also anarthas for us only. So how the devotees are there? Devotees suffer due to the aparad. We suffer due to the aparad not because of karma. Non-devotees, they suffer because of the karmas. Why? Aparad, we told, no, sinful, aparad, that is sinful, and pious also, and also seva aparad, no? Because of that, and also Krishna also has some plans, okay? He plans in our life, some problem, sometimes he gives problem, sometimes he gives happiness, so that no, we go closer to Krishna. Like Sudama, he gives a lot of pleasure, so that Krishna, he goes closer to Krishna, and Vamanadev, no, he takes away from the Bali Maharaj, so that he comes closer to Krishna. That's it. Okay. Devotees don't suffer due to karma; they suffer due to the aparad and the Krishna's plan of happiness and suffering to come closer. Why he is doing closer to the Krishna? Devotees we are very grateful. We should be very grateful thanking Krishna, because Krishna plans the life of a devotee. He has a plan for us, everybody. If you are a devotee, then he has a plan. What is tomorrow your agenda, day after tomorrow agenda, next 10 days what you have to do, next 1 year. Krishna has a planner, okay, daily planner, monthly planner, yearly planner. So he is acting. That's why you are great. Okay, the 4th anartha says, anartha comes because of the bhakti also. It will be shocking, no? It's a very interesting one. The wealth, worship, fame, puja, labha, pratiksha, okay, all comes because of bhakti. I did it. Okay, I did so nice kirtan. Everybody was appreciating. They telecasted in the TV. I was in the front doing nice kirtan. Puja, you got it, no? So this is bhakti. It is not because of practicing the bhakti. Okay, it is nothing to do with the practicing of bhakti. Because these are, bhakti is auspicious. It cannot give a bad thing. Nothing bad comes from the bhakti. Because I did the bhakti, I got a bad effect. No. It is the subtle mind that is making all these things. Lord wants to give all auspicious to the devotees, and we are not careful. He wants to give all auspicious things to us, but we are not careful about that. This is actually how, in a company, when you go there, you get some salary and also perks. For overtime or good job, they give perks also, no? So Krishna also gives both the things to us. So that we have to understand what is our salary, what is our perks. Okay. In the process of bhakti, we are working. What is our work? We are getting salary for the prema. What Krishna gives us when you do bhakti, we are getting prema, ratna, and dana. Okay, so he gives nice Lakshmi also. You become devotee means it is not a poor guy. You also get some Lakshmi also. So he also gives prema. He also taking care of you. Okay. The perks benefit also in that you also get some perks. What is the perks? The fame, prestige. You become very big. No, I am the so and so. In this, I am staying 20 years. I am the leader of this whole city or the organization. So you get fame, you got prestige also. That is the perks he is giving. We have to be very careful what we are looking for. That is a twist here. Even as in spiritual life, we get best from the Krishna and best from the Maya also. Because Maya and Krishna are both same. Front is Krishna, back is Maya. So we get both. So we should look for what we wanted it. Only benefit devotee should expect is chance to hear name, form and pastime of Krishna and speak about that. That is only thing goal for us as a devotee. This is it. Whenever you get a chant, association, chanting, you sit and chant with them. If they are discussing about Bhagavatam, please sit and hear. Whatever it is, that is your goal. Okay. Apart from that, whatever comes, okay, this is your salary. We have to use that for the service of Krishna. Whatever fame and prestige comes, you have to give it back to Krishna only. That is the mercy, because because of His mercy I got it that. That's how we have to be very careful. It happens with a misconception. Why it happens? Because we understand that. We identify with our misidentification itself. I am this boy, I am the Venkatratna. Okay, I come all the way from KGF, I travel 30-40 kilometers for the devotional service. All the false identification, no. So, this body, I am this body, that is misconception leads to the illusion. So, when you misidentify yourself, you will enter into the illusion, and the illusion leads to distraction. That's how you get distracted from the pure bhakti. So we have to be very careful as a devotee. When a devotee performs service nicely, after the service done, Brahmaja praying, no, he is praying to lotus feet. I should not get pride, so many prayers. Yesterday class we have talked about that. So, oh my Lord, I should not be proud. If he is not careful, the pride will come. So that's why that every function is over, they put a obeisance, Vancha Kalpatarupsha. Why that every meeting they are telling, there could be that, okay, I have spoken nicely, I did kirtan, I did puja nicely. So the pride we should bring it down. So we should pray to the Lord. The devotee feels that I have done this service, I have done this, I am in this movement for so many years. These are the pride comes. Correct? No? So, who's behind this? The Maya says, okay, I have a special people like you only. Okay? I have two categories who are fallen down people, who are good boys also. So, Bhakta who are practicing also. So, you are special people. I have to drag you down. Maya's job is to pull you down. Why? You feel that you have mastered me. You don't have sufficient fear on me. Maya check. She is testing this. That person thinks that he can go beyond me. Okay. Then she gives the prestige, pride, followers, fame, all this compliment, perks she is giving you. Okay, take it. So that you will fall down. So that is our pride. Somebody is not careful, one will fall down. We have to be very careful with what? Prestige, pride, followers, fame. So that's why I say that. Na janam, na dhanam. Every day morning, Japana, every Japa you should say that. Na janam, na dhanam, na sundarya, kavita. All these things we should tell that. Maya arranges to expose the situation, that person, so that he can deal with the last type of anarthas. Okay, ultimately Maya also want to pass the test. She is testing us. So you need some test now before entering to the nice college, the gate exam you have to pass. No, there will be interviews, all the things. So she is the final board authority to qualify you to go to Krishna. So she will not send everybody to Krishna. You need some qualification. So that's what she did. When we are in mood of humble servant, so our mood should be always a humble servant. Why I have come here? Okay. By the mercy of the Lord, we are protected. Our protection is sure. So only Krishna can protect us. So from the Maya. Even to overcome Maya also, Krishna only will protect. Otherwise it is not easy, because it is equal strength of Krishna. How much power Krishna is having, Maya is having. Only he can protect us. Otherwise, our desire like a river entering to the ocean. Okay. If that ocean is getting disturbed by so much of rain and river water, Ganga is daily flowing, Yamuna is flowing, so many Brahmaputra waters is gushing to the ocean. Is that any time ocean is getting disturbed, okay, that side water is coming, let me enter to Sri Lanka, let me enter into Chennai. The ocean is not entering, it is cool. Similarly, our desire, know how much is that thing, to the extent we are deeply rooted to the Krishna conscious, to the extent we are embedded with the philosophy. So we have to understand this deep philosophy, so that Krishna consciousness, so that we understand properly. Because when you understand properly, the desire will not, the false desires will not come, so that you can clean it up. When we experience Krishna in our life, to the extent our heart becomes deep into happiness of Krishna conscious like an ocean. So we have to think of Krishna so that our heart also feel happiness like an ocean. It will not get disturbed by the desire of the river water. So many desires are coming, so our heart is an ocean. So that should not get disturbed. The ocean never gets disturbed how much river enter into the ocean. So we have to understand. This is a message for today. The conclusion of today's sloka is what Vishnu Thakur is saying it. Having described the surpassing the gross and subtle element, Sukadeva Goswami described how the yogi attained the layer of the false ego, then the layer of the Mahatattva. He attains the false ego layer. Okay, in that false ego, he merged the senses and sense object, he is merging there. The senses are merged into the false ego in Rajasa, in the Rajaguna, Tamaguna, Sattva. So all the gunas are getting merged there. The mind and the devatas of that senses are merged in the false ego in the Sattva guna. So we have three gunas. So mind is entering into the devatas also entering to Sattva. That's what you rejecting. No, I don't want this item. You throw it back. So when he throws back, it merges into that. Then along with the false ego which remains, he goes to the layer of Mahatattva. He merges the false egos into the Mahatattva. Everything false is so and so into the Mahatattva. Then he merges the Mahatattva into Pradhan, in which the gunas are stop functioning. Finally is pure. So for Bhansam Maharaj told one of the class that a Pradhan, if you consider as a separate layer, then it becomes 8. Otherwise it is 7. Like false ego, Prakriti, Pradhan. So 5 plus 3. So either way, Sukadeva Goswami explained. So we can take it lightly. So this is how that it's a brief description. Nicely Sukadeva Goswami explained, and our Acharyas are nicely given a thing to understand how deep this subject. We cannot say, if anybody yoga practitioner say that I am merging with the Brahman, it's all bogus. Unless you cleanse, see that how much cleaning has to happen. So much of cleaning, then the pure soul, then that pure soul, because Brahman also Krishna, Vishnu only. Okay, Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Even to reach the Brahman stage also, your soul should be perfectly clear. No material tinge of sense gratification. Not even dot or something. Okay. So thank you for joining Nityam Bhagat Seva. Thanks for attentive attention. Hope that it clarified that. We will meet you on Sunday. Hare Krishna.